Hey, what's going on everybody? Gundam Flexing here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the just completed MS-05 Zaku I Kycilia Forces. Now if you don't have time to watch the whole video, I can summarize this video by telling you to just go ahead and get this kit. This kit has no stickers, it has a variety of decals on the decal sheet, it comes with 3 weapons, the kit itself is also very detailed, and you get a lot of extra pieces. Looking at the extra pieces, this is what you got. You have an extra 105mm clip, you have a lot of PC pieces, you have an interchangeable chest piece with a different color, you have an interchangeable helmet. This one is a fin, and the one I currently have is finless. You have extra miscellaneous pieces, you have extra bazooka clips, an extra collar, extra thrusters, and an extra axe. You also have extra shoulder pieces. Now looking at the weapon systems, we have, of course, the battle axe, and it can fit to the side of the skirt. You have a very awesome bazooka. The top is a clip, detachable, and you just put it back in. It does come with 2 handles, one for side handling, and his scope. Of course, you have the pink decal. And finally, you have the 105mm Zaku machine gun. This is also very detailed. Of course, you have the main handle, you have the side handle, and you have the clip that's detachable with a scope on the side. Looking at the decal sheet, I didn't add any decals to this kit because I just wanted to keep this kit simple and plain. I don't think it's very necessary to add so many decals, especially if the kit is so dark. Now looking at the Zaku I, starting with the head, it's very interesting. Unlike the other Zakus where the mono eye is stationary, this guy's mono eye can move and adjust. You can cant it left and cant it right. Now I'm trying to get a good lighting to see if you can see where his mono eye is. It should be somewhere in the center. But if I were to take off his helmet, show you that on the bottom, you see this pin at the center. It is adjustable, so you could twist and turn it so you can make him look to the left or make him look to the right, depending on your specific poses. Now, if you really want to just leave it on there and have him look to the right, look to the left automatically, you would have to just give the helmet a little squeeze to lock in that pin, and then he'll be able to look in the direction you want him to look at. The pink is very, very dark, and because the decal is light and the background is, I think, pretty much black, the decal is somewhat transparent, so you really can't see it in the light. His chest here, this is the extra chest piece that we went over with. That's a different color. And what's interesting is that, again, the box art says this is ash gray, but to me it's just dark gray. I didn't bother putting any of the decals on. I wanted this to remain simple and plain. Looking at the shoulder, of course we have that standard round Zaku shoulder with no spikes, since this is the Zaku I. And you could tell here how far his joints could stick out, so really you have a far reach for mobility. Or in terms of battle posing, especially if you want to use his hand and connect it to his weapon system. You have the shield. Because these are the Zaku Is, they don't have the knuckle shields, the shield that shoots out from the side. So this shield does have a handle at the bottom, and it does wrap around the forearm. Here, if I may take this out, this is what it looks like. Of course, you have the handle for the forearm, and you do have a specific handpiece for holding the shield. Looking here on the side, you can tell that there is a slot here, so that way the shield could go up, can maneuver up and down the arm and hands. Very cool. Speaking of hands, you also have an additional right open, closed kind of fist to hold his axe, and you have a left open hand, and such. Looking at his backpack, it's very elementary. It's small and it only has 2 thrusters. It does, however, has a holster for his bazooka that you could just place on the side as such. Looking at his skirt, there is an interchangeable piece right here, just like there is with the chest piece. So you can make him darker in general, just in terms of switching out his chest piece and his front belt. His legs have a lot of scribbles, so there are a lot of opportunities for panel line, and that goes the same for his chest and his hands and arms. Looking at his knees, he could bend it very well. as such, and the skirt doesn't really get in the way of him trying to do certain poses. And if I take out his legs, you can tell that his legs can kick and move backwards. There is some sort of swing system here, as with most of these new high grades. So his legs can shoot out pretty far forward, and they don't have the limits of a single ball joint. So this is a very good system incorporated into the high grades. His feet do have thrusters at the bottom, and they do come in two separate pieces. You got the front part of the foot and you have the heels. But because the pieces are so close together, you can't really have him maneuver his feet the way you can with the master grade. So this is not movable whatsoever, but they are separate pieces. Overall, I'm very satisfied with this kit. It's very sturdy despite the numerous pieces that go into the details. He has a lot of weapons, and you can put him in a lot of battle poses. I like the fact that his shoulders here could extend out a little bit farther than the joint, so it makes it easier for you to hook his second hand onto the weapon system so he can be able to hold it with both hands. I also like that his mono eye is movable, so you can make him look to the left and to the right. And what else I like about this kit is that when you cut the plastic out of the runners, you usually have a lot of bent and warped white scars, but with this kit there aren't any. I really expected a lot of time to go into the nub removals and to the sanding, but no, when I cut them out of the runners, if you cut them backwards, you will be able to avoid the white scarring. I like this kit a lot. Again, it's very sturdy, it's easy to pose, and this thing was like 16 bucks, so you can't go wrong. The MS-05 Zaku I Kycilia Forces definitely deserves to be in your collection, guys.